So coming to a few general characteristics. So acid group patients are usually fair haired, okay? This and thermally chilly, okay? They're usually fair haired, thermally chilly, okay? Except for fluoric and picric acid. So fluoric and picric acids are very, very hot. Okay, picric acid, I think in Materia Medica is considered to be the hottest remedy in Materia Medica. The coldest is sorinum and the hottest is picric acid. So they're usually pale, thin, and sickly, broken down, emaciated, and cachetic. Pale, thin, sickly, broken down, emaciated, and cachetic. Okay. You can think of the oxygenoid type of constitution, which we find in Grauberger's classification. The oxygenoid constitution is acids. So they usually have an inherited thesis leading to early decline. So this is a usual fundamental miasm or fundamental inherited disease which they have. Okay. So coming to diathesis. So acids and majority of the acids, if not all, are hemorrhagic. Okay, hemorrhagic diathesis. Destruction of blood, blackish brown, non-coagulable blood. So here also inorganic acids show an active bleeding, which is epistaxis, hematemesis, melena, hematuria, etc. The organic acids show passive bleeding, like slow oozing of blood in ulcers and gums. Okay, it's just for information. So this is a general causation of acids. Okay, general causation. The particular causations we'll deal with in the subsequent slides. So surgical shock, grief mainly you see in phosphoric acid, loss of sleep, mortification, debauchery, again debauchery, mortification, etc. is seen in phosphoric acid, seen in fluoric acid. Injury is more seen in sulfuric acid. Bad effects of bites and stings seen in acetic acid. After anesthesia, again seen in acetic acid, and spinal anesthesia is seen in oxalic acid. Abuse of narcotics, alcohol, which is seen in fluoric acid. Occupational hazards, loss of vital fluid, again loss of vital fluid seen in phosphoric acid. Exertion, physical and mental, and infections. Okay. So coming to the mental generals, there are a couple of key points. If you focus on the highlighted words, and if you remember that, they are the main features of the acid, or the main mind features of the acid group. Okay. They have a tendency to be perfectionists. They are people who demand of themselves or of others an exceedingly high degree of standard of excellence. Okay. Try to understand. They demand of themselves or of others an exceedingly high degree of standard of excellence, like your carcinogens, naxomica, arsenic, all these come under this particular symptom, okay, or this particular mind symptom. So next, they believe in idealism. Okay, they're idealistic people. They believe in envisioning of things according to preconceived standards of perfection rather than as they are. Try to understand the statement. They believe in envisioning. Envisioning means looking into the future or dreaming of the future. Envisioning of things according to preconceived standards of perfection. So they have a particular standard, they have a particular ideal which they have to follow. And in the future also, they wish they should follow this, and they wish that others also would follow that. Okay. So that is idealism. So it opposes realism. Obviously, they are idealistic, right? They are not realistic. They believe that it should be like that. So when reality hits them, it is bad for them. Okay. So they always try to be idealists by formulating or attempting to live in accordance with ideals. Okay. So they try to live with their own ideals, but they're not realistic people. Okay. Maybe you can think of remedies like, ars, carcinogen can come, but more of dreamers, more of philosophers, more of idealists, you can think of remedies like sulfur. So sulfur can come close here. Okay. So if they're always, dreaming about the ideal thing, the reality is going to hit them very bad, and they become impractical dreamers. Okay. The idealism forces upon them the opposite, which is realism, and hence they go into dreamers. They can only achieve their idealism goal by dreaming, because in reality they cannot. Okay. Aggressiveness. So this can be seen predominantly in one remedy called nitric acid. Okay, nitric acids are very aggressive. They take the mortification, they take the humiliation to such a deep extent that if they don't show the humiliation, it will destroy themselves from within. So that's why there's a statement given in nitric acid called vindictive. Vindictive is a deep sense of revenge, which they have to take against the person who has humiliated them. Okay, if they don't take the revenge, then it goes into ulcerations and all that, which is a characteristic of nitric acid. Okay, so they always undertake an unprovoked attack or encroachment and always begin a quarrel. So they're more quarrelsome people. Okay, like Nux. Actually, Nux is also quite quarrelsome, and even Ferrum, you can think. So they show habitual aggressive actions or practices. They try hard to oppose. Okay, they tried hard to oppose. The aggression could be active or it could be passive. Okay, both the aggressions are seen. So physically, this aggression is seen in the form of biting and violence. Okay, biting and violence. You can think of Solanaceae, Belladonna, Stramonium, all those. So they show a strong desire for unification. Unification means just to be one or to be united. They believe in the act of unifying or the state of being unified. Okay, they're always together. Everything should be one. Nothing should be separate. That's what they believe in. The essential theme is the desire for and the realization of universal oneness, where all the boundaries have disappeared. They believe in universal oneness. So anti-racialists who fight against racism, they can all think of acids when it comes to fighting against racism. Okay, they all believe that everybody is one and everything is one. So they insist of being free from diversity. Okay, this is important. Keep in mind. They believe in mutual understandings and harmony. Maybe more of magnesium features are here. They believe in mutual understanding and harmony. Okay. Although acids show a great desire for unity, they have a strong feeling of being isolated, especially from their loved ones and family. Okay. Isolation from their loved ones and family, it could be a feeling, but they want great unity, which is actually typical of magnesium mind. Okay. So this particular trait acids share with magnesium. Okay. They experience a state of solitude or aloneness, which they do not want. Okay. Next particular feature of the mental feature, which is seen in physical also, hurriedness. All acids show the feature of hurriedness and is often accompanied by exhaustion and tiredness. They start with a lot of energy, they spend all the energy, and eventually they become debilitated and they become tired. Okay. Extroverts. Okay, they are extroverted and always in a lively mood. They are people who like to turn one's interest towards objects and actions outside the self rather than towards one's own thoughts and feelings. So they want to show the interest towards someone else or towards something else other than themselves. It's probably because of the pain which they're going, or probably because of the loneliness which they're feeling inside. Okay, they do not like to be like that, and so they divert their interest or their thoughts into other things. Okay, they are optimistic, which gives them an aura of freshness. Okay, and also they desire to be in company. So physical generals. So keep in mind, extroverts, hurriedness, idealists, then believe in unification, aggressiveness. Okay, keep these important things in mind. And perfectionists, the first slide, perfectionists. So coming to the physical generals, in general, acids help in digestion, particularly in the digestion of nitrogenous articles and foods of food. This is just for your knowledge. Okay. So these medicines decrease the acid secretion of the body and increases the alkaline secretion. Okay. So this I mentioned to you in the starting slides. So probably one of the most important physical general is exhaustion. They start off with a high energy, but they eventually end in exhaustion. Okay. All acids produce exhaustion, which could be either mental or physical. We see mental exhaustion more in phosphoric acid, okay, extremely exhausted to the level of indifference, okay. We see physical exhaustion more in muriatic acid, okay. So keep in mind, exhaustion is seen in both the planes. So mineral acids produces weakness with irritability, whereas vegetable acids produce weakness without irritability. Just keep this in mind for your general knowledge. Mineral acids, weakness with irritability, and vegetable acids, weakness without irritability. Physiologically, weakness is associated with acid imbalance, okay, which is formation of lactic acid. This I've mentioned to you again in the starting. So next, most important is hemorrhagic diathesis. Again, I mentioned to you, it could be active or passive, okay. Active is most probably seen in inorganic acids, and passive is seen in organic acids. So they have a tendency to produce pseudomembrane. They destroy the part on which they act, and they produce a pseudomembrane on top of that. Okay, tendency to produce pseudomembrane. Debility, hurriedness, debility, exhaustion. Okay, all these are common things. Most of the acids have a peculiar debility, not simple exhaustion, functional nervous weakness, but that due to defective nutrition and particularly from blood diseases. Okay, defective nutrition, blood diseases, blood loss, vital fluid loss, leading to debility. You can think of acids. Okay, another remedy which comes close is China, your Cinchona officinalis. Okay, so they're very much used in very low type of diseases like low fevers, typhoid, and then cholera, all these kind of things. Okay, where there is blood poisoning, like your pyrogenamol. Pyrogenam usually goes well with acids, by the way. So they're very much useful in very low type of diseases in which blood poisoning and dysfunction is a prominent feature. Blood poisoning and dysfunction. Okay. Bad effects of indulgence of liquors, very important. Majority of the acids show this, ailments from indulgence of liquors, especially if you want a more pinpoint remedy, you can think of sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is given for removing the addiction for alcohol. Okay. High sexual desire. So quite commonly seen in acid phos and acid fluor. High sexual desire, but physically not able to in acid phos. Okay. High sexual desire, but not able to physically. Acid fluor, you know how they are. They're perverts. The word given for them is pervert, and they stand at the corner of the road and just whistle at girls or just walk by. I mean, for whistling at people walking by, etc. And that is the fluoric acid carmine. Okay, that I'll explain to you later. Okay, so that is the main characteristic physical features of the acid group. Now coming to the remedy profile. So what I've done is, before dealing with the individual remedies, I have taken one particular heading like ailments from like causation or perspiration or craving and desire, and I've compared the acids. Okay, it's beneficial for you if you look at the slides. So first is causation. So what do we have? Acetic acid, we have burns, hemorrhages, anemia, anesthesia, general anesthesia leading to weakness, alcoholism, and abuse of narcotics. In benzoic acid, we have uric acid. Main causes uric acid and defective metabolism. Fluoric acid, you have alcoholism again, which I've not mentioned here. We have debauchery. Debauchery is nothing but your excessive masturbation. Okay. We have old age and prematurely aged. Lactic acid, mainly diabetes is the cause, or it acts better in diabetic cases. Muriatic acid is given for your septic fevers, low-grade fevers, where there is decomposition, breakdown of blood, excessive blood loss, then septicity. You can think of muriatic acid. Nitric acid, you can think of syphilis and abuse of mercury. And in the mental level, you can think of mortification, vindictive, desire to take revenge. All those things can come in nitric acid. So phosphoric acid, most important is grief. Okay. Then loss of vital fluids, overlifting, injuries, sour food, acute diseases, and diabetes. Okay. Grief leading to exhaustion and indifference. You can think of phosphoric acid. Grief leading to exhaustion and indifference. Oxalic acid, spinal anesthesia and coffee. Picric acid, mental exertion and fatigue. Oxalic and picric both have very sensitive spines. Okay. Yeah, I'll deal with it later. Oxalic acid, I'm going to deal with later. Okay. And sulfuric acid, alcohol, a very good remedy for bruises. Sulfuric acid, where there is excessive bleeding, you can think of sulfuric acid. Okay. So that is causation. Next, we'll go to thirst. Acetic acid shows increase. Actually keep in mind, all acids have increased thirst. All of the acids have increased thirst. Okay. So acetic acid increase with burning and salivation in diabetes. Benzoic acid thirst in the evening with sleepiness. Fluoric acid for cold water. Highly reactive fluoric acid, high in energy, so high in heat. So they need cold water. Lactic acid increase, but with a dry and parched tongue and increased salivation. Muriatic acid, there is a constant desire to drink water. Nitric acid is just increased. Oxalic acid has unquenchable thirst. Phosphoric acid is increased, cold and violent. Phosphoric acid craves cold milk, beer, and juices, especially lemonades, citric acid juices. Craving, you can think of phosphoric acid. Okay. Picric acid is unquenchable for cold water with characteristic bitter taste. So if you need to refer these slides, you can always go back to the recorded thing and read whenever you want. Okay. So coming to cravings. So carbolic acid has stimulants and tobacco craving. Fluoric acid for highly seasoned food or fancy dishes, just like a nux vomica. Cold water and refreshing drinks. Nitric acid for indigestible things like chalk, earth, etc. Then for fat and salt. Phosphoric acid, juicy things and cold milk. Sulfuric acid, stimulants, especially alcohol and fresh food. Okay. So coming to aversions, acetic acid has aversion to salty and cold things and vegetables, bread and butter. Fluoric acid is for coffee. Muriatic acid is for meat and chilies. Nitric acid is for bread and raw food. Oxalic acid is from strawberries. So strawberry sensitivity is there in oxalic acid. Okay, keep that in mind. Strawberries and other berries and citric fruits, sensitivity is there in oxalic acid. Phosphoric acid for sour food and drinks and coffee. Picric acid for food in general, and sulfuric acid for smell of coffee. So coming to perspiration, again, all of them perspire a lot. Okay. So acetic acid is cold, increase on the forehead. You can think of remedies like veratrum album. Okay, veratrum album, camphor, all these are there for that. Benzoic acid has while eating and it's cold perspiration. Fluoric acid is sour, offensive and increased. Lactic has hands and feet, non-offensive. Muriatic has night sweat. Nitric has offensive and increased. Oxalic is profuse. Phosphoric is profuse morning and night. Sulfuric is hot and increased. Okay. So that is just a couple of symptoms which I've taken, or a couple of headings, and I've given you the comparison. You can always go back and refer. Okay.